bit of an unsung hero behind the scenes, working for trainers, quite often for the Darryl Graham team. And I was one of those people that are crucial to the industry, doing a number of different roles for trainers. So it's great that the industry gets behind everyone, not just leading participants, but and that's one of the great things of the industry, that we look after each other. And Brett's no different, and as you said, he's certainly well liked throughout the industry, well respected, and has always gone about his work in an unassuming manner. So hopefully, and I'm sure the industry will get behind him in his time of needing some assistance.
Well, I met Brett actually over here at John McMullen Seniors some 35 years ago. He was working for John, and sort of me, Brett, Nathan Postlethwaite, we were sort of virtually grew up together. He's a great guy, Brett. He left John's and come to work for me. He probably worked for me on and off half a dozen times. He'd go to Melbourne in the winter and Brisbane in the summer, which was probably, people don't normally do it that way, but Brett did. He's a horseman, and he's a very good horseman. Like any time I had a horse to travel away, any of my good horses, Roland Big Red, Lanacos, Courageous Annie, Brett would just go, and if he was away, I was at home, and if I was away, he was at home, and you just walk out, leave the whiteboard, and he knew my routine, and you knew the job was done.
There's actually a photo of Brett and I when I was just born. He was there at the hospital. He was one of the first visitors. So he's always been around sort of since I was really little, and then he's gone to different places, but he's always managed to find his way back. So he's like family to all of us. So yeah, he's always been there. I think when I first started driving, Brett wasn't here, but sort of when he came back, he was always giving me a drive or two, and I think I drove my first trotter for Brett now, and now I love trotters, so he might have something to do with that. But even at home and around the stables, with my own horses or with Dad's, it'd always be a bit of a three-way discussion with Dad, myself and Brett, so he was a massive part of the team.
Typical Kiwi, he's a journeyman, but he sort of always comes back to Queensland. So I think he sort of regards this as maybe home now, but who knows. Brett had, our White Knight was probably Brett's best horse. So he was a very nice one.
Brett would have been the first person there if somebody else was in his position, so I'm sure everybody will really come together and raise some funds for him to make life a little bit easier, because I have no doubt as soon as he's able to get back out and amongst it, he will. And if you asked him, he'd probably tell you that he'll be there tomorrow. But having this event for him, not only for him to get out and see everybody, because I know we would have really missed that interaction with everybody from the races. And, he'd call me about a race or this and the other, so he's still watching, but it's great for him to have that to look forward to, one, and hopefully some really important fun so that he can just take his time and not rush back into anything.
He's sort of come through it. He's got a long road ahead, but his mindset and his attitude's fantastic. So the harness racing industry is like that. It's one big family, so I'm sure there'll be a fair bit of money raised, and Brett will really appreciate it. Like I say, he's just a happy-go-lucky fella. Like I say, we're one big family down there, and you just always go to the races, always talk to people. So
credit to Albion Park and Embracing Pacing for getting behind the cause again. It's no different to participants looking after each other. Our clubs and different bodies always look to ways that they can assist those. So congratulations to both the club and Embracing Pacing. For details, certainly go to the Creek website. There's some details on the event to book tickets. It's on the first night of our carnival of the summer season, so we encourage people to head along and get involved, and I'm sure the industry will do that and help raise some important funds.